Lameness is a change in the gait. Again, because there's an alteration in weight bearing, positioning, something that's affecting that leg, usually, not always, but usually an orthopedic or conformational change will cause a lameness in the absence of ataxia or paresis. But again, not always by any means, especially if that leg is unstable, for instance, a cruciate disease, or if there's been a conformational change. So some lamenesses are really, really easy to diagnose. Sorry, Peanut. Yeah, that's some cruciate disease for you. This is our little friend again. And other than the fact that we're walking really slowly, again, my videos seem to be running a little slow today, and I apologize for that. This is a very good example of why it's important sometimes to evaluate not only the gait, but also the stance. Dogs, especially as they get tired, they may or may not show a real obvious change in weight bearing when they're walking, but then they'll offload. They'll sit with that leg offloaded when they're asked to stand for an extended period of time. This is a more obvious example, but it's certainly helpful sometimes to look at these guys when they're standing. Ataxia, I tell my students, think of the X. It's usually characterized by some kind of incoordination, crossing, staggering, unpredictable positioning of the leg. You remember my friend Elvis from the beginning? I mean, he's all over the place with his little legs, very ataxic. There's an uneven step cadence with these guys. And again, it's usually neurologic. Most often your neurologist will tell you it's a sensory deficit, although I do think that there are some motor deficits that can cause an ataxic appearance to the gait without paresis. Sorry for the yawn. Oh. So that's not the best video, but I'm gonna have you guys watch it again. When this dog turns around, you can see there's a little bit of crossing over. See that? So it's a little bit subtle, and I apologize. I tried to save the subtle ones for the lab, but basically there's not a clear paresis in this dog. There's not a clear lameness. He's just ataxic. He's just a little bit wobbly and uncoordinated. And then paresis, the third category, is basically weakness. These guys can't lift the leg either because of a neurologic deficit or because the muscles are so atrophied and they are that weak, which I do see occasionally, and especially in my geriatrics, who haven't been encouraged to move around because every time they move around, they hurt. So the owners just want them to lie still, and that's been going on for months and months or maybe years before they come to me. They're so severely atrophied that now they're paretic, but it's not actually a true neurologic paresis. This is a true neurologic paresis, though. See the knuckling? So, and then there are the dogs. This is a different boxer, same problem, who are so weak. We're actually having to help this one stand. So this dog was ataxic as well, but that's a pretty significant paresis.